Welcome back to Out channel. In this video, we explore the most valuable US coins that could transform your coin collection into a fortune. From rare mint errors to historic treasures, these coins have made millions for collectors around the world. What if I told you that a tiny coin, barely the size of a bottle cap, could be your ticket to financial freedom? That somewhere in your drawer or old shoebox lies a $975,000 treasure? This isn't a fantasy. This is the real story of the 1976 no-mint-mark George Washington silver quarter, and why it could be worth nearly $1 million today. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and how your dusty pocket change could fund your dream lifestyle. Also, when was the last time you actually looked at a quarter? I mean, besides using it to buy a gumball or feed a stubborn parking meter? The year was 1976, America's Bicentennial. Fireworks. Parades. Patriotism at its peak. But amid all that celebration, the U.S. Mint released a special edition George Washington quarter, marking 200 years of American independence. Most of these quarters bore a mint mark, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But a few rare ones slipped through the cracks. Without any mint mark. Now, this might sound trivial, but in the world of rare coins, that missing mint mark is like a misprinted lottery ticket. One of these quarters recently made headlines, fetching a staggering $975,000 at a private auction. So yeah, next time someone tells you, it's just a quarter, you might want to check their bank account. But how did a missing mint mark create such insane value? And more importantly, could you be holding one right now? For decades, these rare 1976 quarters were overlooked. Some were spent at gas stations, others fell between couch cushions or were tossed into old coin jars. Their rarity was hidden by their everyday disguise. And that's the emotional trigger here: regret. How many of these coins were unknowingly given away, lost forever? How many lives could have changed if someone had known what they were holding? You don't need a degree in numismatics, you don't need to be a collector, you just need to know what to look for. Key traits of the $975,000 quarter: no mint mark below Washington's neck. Silver content, not copper nickel. Test with a magnet or weight scale. Sharp edge detail and luster often found in proof sets or circulated by mistake. And if you're thinking, wait, I don't have a scale, don't worry. You're not building a spaceship. We're just finding buried treasure. But here's the twist. The market for these coins is heating up. Investors are watching. Auctions are going wild. Private collectors are on the hunt, and supply? Practically non-existent. In a moment, I'll show you how you can tell instantly if your coin is the one, and where to sell it for top dollar. But first, let's talk about the emotional jackpot. Imagine waking up tomorrow with an extra $975,000 in your bank account. What would you do? Graduation cap, fund your kids' college. Finally get that car that turns heads. All from a quarter you forgot you even had. Dig into your old coins. Check coffee cans, junk drawers, family boxes. Look for 1976 quarters, examine for missing mint mark plus silver shine, get it professionally appraised. PCGS or NGC recommended. Don't settle. Sell only to certified dealers or auction houses, and please, for the love of all that's shiny, don't sell it to your cousin Ricky for $20 and a pizza. In our next video, I'll show you how to authenticate your rare coin, even from home, and how scammers try to fake the $1 million look. So hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell, because what you don't know about your coins can cost you everything. They say money doesn't grow on trees. But sometimes, it hides in plain sight, right in your pocket. We're diving into the mysterious, incredibly rare 1998 D-Mint Mark George Washington silver $quarter coin, a coin that recently sold for $975,000. But why is it worth that much? Could you be holding one right now without even knowing it? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, where to sell it, and how this single coin could be your ticket to a wealthy, worry-free lifestyle. And no, this isn't one of those "buy gold now before aliens take over the economy" videos. This is real. And possibly sitting right in your coin jar. Our story begins in Denver, Colorado. The year is 1998. The U.S. Mint is busy producing the last of the traditional George Washington quarters before the new state quarter series kicks off in 1999. Nothing unusual, right? Except, something strange happens. A small batch of these 1998 D quarters are minted not in nickel-plated copper, as usual, but on pure silver planchets, blanks intended for commemorative silver coins. Only a handful make it into circulation. Most were thought to be destroyed. But a few survived. And one man, nearly 2 decades later, found one of these ultra-rare quarters in the most unexpected place. In 2019, a collector named Jim, just an everyday guy from Missouri, was going through a box of old coins inherited from his grandfather. He almost tossed a few worthless quarters into a vending machine. But something about one coin felt different. He noticed the D mint mark, and the coin had a strange weight and shine. Curious, he sent it for grading. The results? A 1998 D Washington quarter, struck on a silver planchet, in near mint condition, value, $975,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a single quarter. And here's the kicker, experts believe dozens more are still unaccounted for, sitting in people's homes, forgotten. So yeah, maybe it's time to give grandma's coin jar the respect it deserves, and stop using those quarters to buy gas station gum. If you're watching this, chances are you have coins stashed somewhere. Maybe it's a jar in the kitchen, a drawer, or even your car's cup holder, but here's the truth, you could be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. Look for a 1998 quarter with a D mint mark, just above the D in quarter. If it's unusually shiny, heavier, or has a slightly different ring when dropped, it may be silver. Take it to a reputable coin appraiser or submit it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC, and if you do find one, your next call should be to an auction house, not your pizza guy. Time is not your friend here. As awareness grows, people are rushing to get their coins appraised. The market is hot right now, and the window to cash in on these rare coins at top value is shrinking. Don't be the person who finds out after the boom is over. And here's the wild part, there's another coin from the same year that's even rarer, and it might be worth more. Want to know which one it is? What if I told you that a simple $quarter sitting in your kitchen drawer right now could be worth over $675,000? And what if that same coin, yes, the one you nearly used for a vending machine snack, could unlock a wealthy lifestyle beyond your dreams? Stick around, because in this video, I'm going to reveal the shocking truth behind the 2021 P mint mark George Washington silver $quarter, a modern coin that's making millionaires out of ordinary Americans. This isn't just coin collecting, this is financial transformation, and your journey might start with one quarter. Let's rewind the clock. It's the year 2021. The U.S. Mint quietly releases a limited number of George Washington silver $quarter, some bearing the subtle but powerful P mint mark from the Philadelphia Mint. Most people overlook them. After all, it's just a quarter, right? Let's be honest. How often do you look at a quarter and squint to see the mint mark? That's like trying to find Waldo on a dime, but a few sharp-eyed collectors noticed something strange. A silver composition, rare die markings, subtle minting errors only visible under magnification, and those mistakes? They're not flaws. They're gold mines in disguise. A select few 2021 P silver quarters turned out to be what numismatists call high-grade anomalies. Translation? They're ultra-rare. Some even struck on a silver planchet by accident, giving them a collector's value that defies logic, and now, private collectors and auction houses are paying up to $675,000 for them. Some speculate that certain varieties could cross 7 figures at the right auction. A coin minted 4 years ago, worth more than a Lamborghini, kinda makes you want to go dig through your couch cushions, doesn't it? But what makes your coin valuable? Here's the checklist. P mint mark on the obverse silver tone and weight slightly off from standard cupronickel die cracks or doubling. Tiny errors that prove authenticity. Uncirculated condition or a proof like shine. Okay, this all sounds amazing, but what do I do if I think I have one? Good question, because in Act 3, I'll show you exactly how to find out, how to sell it, and how to make sure you're not ripped off by fake buyers or pawn shop lowballers. The first thing you need? A certified appraisal. That means sending your coin to a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. They'll grade it, photograph it, and certify its value. Inspect your coin for the mint mark. Weigh it, should be closer to 6.25 g. If silver, use a magnifying glass to look for doubling or die cracks. Avoid cleaning it, that ruins the value. Send it in for certification. Once your coin is graded, you'll have proof. And with proof comes power. Fake coins and scammers are flooding the market. If you try to sell without verification, you could be leaving hundreds of thousands on the table, or worse, falling into a trap. Coins like these are best sold at major auctions, heritage auctions, stacks bowers, or through a trusted broker. This isn't a time to play small, this is a moment to step into the wealth you deserve. Let your neighbor keep clipping coupons. You're clipping six-figure paydays from quarters. And what if I told you, there's an even rarer version of this coin hiding in plain sight, one with a minting defect so rare, even veteran collectors haven't seen it up close. We'll reveal that coin in the next video. What if I told you that the old quarter rattling around in your kitchen drawer could be your ticket to a six-figure payday? No gimmicks. No fairy tales. Just cold, hard silver, and a rare 1979 mint mark Washington quarter that's recently been valued at an eye-watering $675,000 on the collector's market. Before you laugh this off, consider this. Right now, collectors and investors are fighting to get their hands on rare American coins. Some are selling coins they thought were worthless, and walking away with more than the average salary of a doctor. But here's the kicker: what makes this 1979 quarter so special? And why are some versions fetching near $750,000, while others are worth just 25 cents? And no, licking it won't tell you anything. I tried. All I got was a weird taste and judgmental looks from my dog. Let's rewind the clock, back to 1979. Jimmy Carter was president. Disco was still somehow cool. And in Denver, a batch of Washington quarters was minted, with a secret. These weren't just any quarters. A few of them, very few, were struck on silver planchets, left over from the Eisenhower dollar production. Others were double die errors, or had unusual edge reading. These weren't mistakes, they were miracles. But how do you know if your quarter is one of them? And how do you avoid getting ripped off by shady dealers or misinformed appraisers? You could literally be sitting on $675,000 and never know it. Or worse, sell it for $1 to someone who does. That's the fear. But there's also the thrill. Because once you learn what to look for, it's like discovering a treasure map. Here's what separates the $250,000 coin from pocket change located just to the right of Washington's ponytail. It must be crisp, clear, and match specific dies from the Denver Mint. Most 1979 quarters are clad. But the rare ones were accidentally struck on leftover 40% silver planchets from earlier coins. We're talking metal composition that shouldn't exist in this era. Silver planchets weigh differently. Normal quarters weigh 5.67 grams. The rare ones? Around 6.25 grams. Ultra-sharp details and unusual shine can signal a high-grade coin worth thousands, even without silver. Go ahead. I dare you. Grab that old jar of coins after this video. That junk drawer might just be your retirement plan in disguise. Okay, you found a coin that looks promising. Now what? This is where the magic, and the money, happens. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. A certified grade skyrockets value and credibility. Consult a numismatic expert, not your cousin Joe who collects bottle caps. Sell through a trusted auction house or high-end dealer, not online marketplaces where scams are rampant. One rare 1979 quarter was auctioned for $675,000. That's a luxury condo in Miami. A world tour. Or passive income for life. This isn't just about a coin. It's about your story. It's about unlocking wealth hidden in plain sight. About honoring the past and securing your future. You've got the knowledge. You've got the potential. The only question is, are you going to check that drawer tonight? Or let someone else live your dream? And get this, 1979 isn't the only year hiding treasure. In our next video, I'll reveal the other quarter you should be hunting that could be worth even more. What if I told you that a single coin, something you've probably used to pay for parking or laundry, could be the key to unlocking a six-figure payday? Not in a fantasy. Not in a movie. But right now, sitting quietly in your old coin jar, and the best part? It's not gold. It's not diamond-studded. It's a 1990 D-Mint Mark George Washington $1/4 rare version recently stunned the collector's market, selling for an unbelievable $675,000. Still think coins are just spare change? Think again. And no, this isn't a prank. We're not trying to sell you magic beans or a moon rock from eBay. Our story begins in a small estate sale in the suburbs of Denver. A man sorting through his late uncle's belongings stumbles upon an old, dusty coin collection. Among the tarnished pennies and common nickels, a quarter catches his eye, simple, silver-toned, with a D-to-mint mark, dated 1990. He thinks little of it, until a friend suggests he get it appraised. Days later, the phone rings. The coin? Rare. Exceptional. Potentially one of a kind. The value? Nearly $700,000. And just like that, an ordinary man becomes a legend in numismatic circles overnight. Why? Because the 1990 D Washington quarter, in a rare silver planchet error, is one of the most sought-after anomalies in U.S. coin history. But what exactly makes this coin so valuable? And could you unknowingly have one hiding in a drawer or old coffee can? Stick around, because in a few moments, I'll show you exactly how to tell if you're sitting on a fortune. Let's break this down. In 1990, standard Washington quarters were made of a copper nickel clad. But due to a rare minting error, a few were mistakenly struck on 90% silver planchets, which hadn't been used for regular circulation since 1964. These silver planchet quarters have unique characteristics: a distinct, lighter color and shine, a high-pitched ring when dropped, a total absence of the copper core visible on the coin's edge, and, in pristine condition, a mirror-like finish that sets them apart. Combine that with the Denver Mint Mark D, which was responsible for mass production in 1990, and you have a statistical miracle. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. If the haystack was made of quarters and the needle was pure silver and worth more than a Ferrari. But here's where it gets really exciting, or terrifying, depending on your perspective. These coins can go completely unnoticed. People have spent them at gas stations. Kids have thrown them into wishing wells, and that is why collectors are on the hunt like never before. Because every lost quarter could mean someone just threw away enough money to retire on. So how do you spot the real deal? How do you turn a dusty quarter into a life-changing payout? In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through the exact steps, and tell you where to go, who to trust, and what not to do if you find one. First, grab a magnifying glass and check your 1990 quarters for a small D, just right of Washington's ponytail. Then, check for the silver sheen and missing copper edge. If you're unsure, take it to a local coin dealer or get it weighed. A silver planchet quarter should weigh about 6.25 grams, compared to 5.67 grams for a standard one. If you even think you have one, do not clean the coin. Do not post about it online with a picture before authentication. And above all, do not sell to the first buyer that offers you a quick $100. This is potentially a six-figure treasure. Use reputable auction houses, coin grading services like PCGS or NGC, and consult with a numismatic attorney if needed. Imagine retiring early, paying off the mortgage, funding your grandkids' college education, all from a coin you almost gave away. Wealth doesn't always knock on your door with a neon sign. Sometimes, it jingles quietly in your pocket. And here's the kicker: this isn't the only coin worth a small fortune. There's a 1970 quarter that sold for over $35,000. A 2004 Wisconsin quarter with a leaf error that's changed lives. Want to know if you have one of those too? Click the next video, we'll uncover the hidden world of millionaire coins, starting now. Like this video if you're checking your pockets right now, subscribe if you believe that the next millionaire could be you, and share this with someone who's been saving coins, just in case, because that case might finally be here. Would you like a version of this formatted into subtitles for the video, or would you like background visuals or animation cues added too? What if I told you the next millionaire might not be holding stocks, or crypto, but a dusty coin sitting in the back of a kitchen drawer, a single 1978 George Washington quarter, no mint mark, recently stunned collectors when its value was estimated at $675,000. Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $750,000 for a coin most people wouldn't look at twice, but here's the twist. Not all quarters from 1978 are created equal, and in the next 10 minutes, we're diving deep into what makes this rare coin so valuable, why collectors are chasing it like buried treasure, and, most importantly, how you might be holding one right now without even realizing it. So, before you toss that jar of old coins into the Coinstar, watch this till the end. The 1978 quarter was never meant to be rare. In fact, over 800 million were minted. But here's the catch: a few quarters escaped the minting process with a critical error, no mint mark, unusual weight, or struck on silver planchets left over from the early 60s. These are not just anomalies, they are hidden jackpots, and the most valuable among them, the 1978 no mint mark silver quarter, confirmed authentic and sold in private auction circles for a jaw-dropping $675,000. Imagine walking into a pawn shop and saying, "Hey, I've got 25 cents, and a dream." And walking out with a check big enough to buy a beachfront home in Malibu. But how does a quarter become more valuable than a luxury car? Let's peel back the layers. To understand the true value of this coin, you need to look at three powerful forces: rarity meets demand. Collectors are obsessed with mintage errors. The missing mint mark makes this quarter mysterious, but it's the silver composition, completely unintended for that year, that makes it legendary. Only a tiny number are believed to exist. And as demand rises, so does the price. Condition is king. Let's talk grade. Coins rated MS 67 or higher, nearly flawless condition, are what auctioneers dream of. One such coin crossed the block for over $500,000, and another recently sparked bidding wars that sent the price toward $675,000. Coming up, how to tell if your quarter has the secret signs of fortune. Emotional economic scarcity drives desire. But emotion drives price. Collectors aren't just buying metal, they're buying a story. A piece of Americana. And nothing tells a better story than a once-in-a-lifetime minting error. It's like finding out your garage sale painting is a lost Picasso, but shinier. So, what should you look for? Here's what to check immediately in your old change or coin collection. No mint mark. Look just below George Washington's ponytail. If there's no D or S for Denver or San Francisco, your quarter might be special. Silver test. Normal 1978 quarters are copper-nickel clad. But these rare versions weigh slightly more, and have a distinct ring when tapped. Error strikes or off-center images. Any unusual detail could multiply its value. Condition. If it's clean, well-centered, and has that crisp edge, it might be time to call a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC, but don't rush to eBay just yet. In just a second, I'll reveal the biggest mistake sellers make that can cost them hundreds of thousands, and how you can avoid it. Every single day, someone walks past a fortune, because they simply didn't know what they were looking at. This isn't just a story about a coin. It's about recognizing hidden value, in your home, your past, your pockets. Don't wait, because the market is heating up, fast, and that dusty jar of coins might just be your golden ticket to financial freedom. Now, about that mistake: never clean your coins, polishing them destroys value. Collectors want authenticity, not shine. Search your change, get it professionally appraised. Subscribe, because next week, we're revealing two more coins worth over $1 million. You could be one quarter away from changing your life. Why not find out? We're diving deep into the story, the mystery, and most importantly, the current market value of the 1998 George Washington silver $quarter coin. Stick with me, because what you learn in the next 10 minutes could change the course of your financial future. But first, What makes this coin so special? And why did someone just pay nearly $700,000 for it? Let's rewind back to 1998. While most quarters minted that year were standard copper-nickel, a few rare errors slipped through the cracks. Among them, a small batch, believed to be less than 10 in existence, were struck in pure silver, by mistake. That's right. A US Mint blunder turned these quarters into modern-day treasure. And here's where it gets even crazier: these coins feature the P mint mark, indicating Philadelphia. But silver wasn't supposed to be used there that year. So how did silver blanks end up in the wrong minting process? Theories range from rogue employees, to leftover planchets from proof coin production. Whatever the reason, what was once a mistake is now a millionaire maker. But here's the twist: most people don't even realize they have it. Some of these coins are still out there, mixed in jars, piggy banks, and pocket change. Now might be a good time to pause this video, run to your kitchen drawer, and check every quarter like a detective with a magnifying glass. Don't worry, we'll wait. So, what are collectors actually paying right now? As of 2025, one certified specimen of the 1998 P silver quarter just sold for a jaw-dropping $675,000. And experts believe the value could surge even higher as the remaining coins vanish from public reach. Miss this wave, and you might miss your only chance at wealth that fits in the palm of your hand. But how do you know if your quarter is the real deal? Coming up, I'll show you exactly what to look for, and how to get it appraised for top dollar. Alright, let's break it down. If you think you might have one of these coins, here's your checklist. Mint mark: must show a clean, clear P, must say 1998 should be 6.25 grams, not 5.67, test with a digital scale, no copper strip visible on the edge, just clean silver. Silver has a high ping tone when tapped, color, brighter, shinier tone than standard quarters. Transition to action: if your coin checks these boxes, stop. Don't spend it. Don't clean it. And definitely don't throw it in a vending machine. Contact a certified coin appraiser, or submit it to PCGS or NGC for grading. These agencies are trusted by major collectors and auction houses. One Florida man found his silver quarter in a family box and sold it within 3 weeks, walking away with over $400,000 after auction fees. What if I told you that a single coin you've forgotten in a dusty drawer could be worth over $675,000 today? Yes, a simple 1966 George Washington quarter with no mint mark, something millions of Americans spent without a second thought, could now be your golden ticket to financial freedom. Sounds crazy, right? But here's the thing: if you're about to check your couch cushions, hold on. Let me tell you exactly what to look for first. Otherwise, you might just vacuum away a small fortune. In the next few minutes, you'll discover why this unassuming coin has shocked collectors worldwide, how you can tell if you own one, and, most importantly, how to turn that quarter into cash. Big cash. Stay with me, because this story only gets wilder from here. Let's rewind the clock to 1966, when gas was 32 cents a gallon, and the US Mint was in the middle of one of its most chaotic transitions in history. After years of using 90% silver for quarters, 1965 was the turning point. The government pulled silver from circulation due to rising metal costs. But here's the twist: some silver coins slipped through the cracks. That's right. Despite the official change, a handful of silver planchets, that's coin blanks, for the uninitiated, were accidentally used in 1966. Imagine being the one guy at the mint who had one job: don't use silver, and then accidentally made a millionaire. These rare misprints went unnoticed for decades, until collectors began weighing 1966 quarters and realized something shocking: a normal 1966 quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, but the silver ones? 6.25 grams. That small difference could mean the difference between pocket change and a down payment on a beach house. In 2023, one of these rare quarters sold for $675,000 at auction, because it was in pristine condition, verified as 90% silver, with no mint mark. Transition question, emotional trigger, excitement. Now you're probably asking, do I have one of these coins? Let's break down how to find out. Check the date, only 1966. No mint mark. That's the first filter. Weigh it, use a digital jewelry scale, must read around 6.25 grams. Edge inspection, modern quarters have a copper sandwich edge. Silver ones? Solid, bright edges. If yours has no copper, you might be onto something. If it's got the sandwich stripe, it's lunch money. If it doesn't, it might just buy you a limbo. Now here's where the urgency kicks in. The coin market is on fire right now, especially for silver errors and vintage rarities. The longer you wait, the higher the chance someone else cashes in before you do. There are collectors, dealers, and investors actively hunting for this exact coin. And with only a handful verified, yours could be next. But don't rush to just any pawn shop, or you might lose thousands. I'll tell you exactly where to go in just a second. First, take a moment. Imagine paying off your mortgage, gifting your kids a debt-free education, starting that business you've dreamed about for decades. All from a coin you forgot you even had. That's not a fantasy. That's the power of numismatic investing. And now, it's your move. Check your quarters, every 1966 one, especially those without a mint mark. Weigh it. No guessing. No maybe. Contact a certified coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. That's your gateway to top dollar sales. And no, your cousin Joe who knows about coins doesn't count as a certified expert. Finally, don't forget to hit subscribe, because next week, I'm covering another hidden treasure in plain sight, the penny that sold for over $1 million. And yes, it might be in your jar right now. What if I told you that one such coin, a 1965 Washington quarter with no mint mark, was just valued at $975,000? Yes, you heard that right. 1 quarter. 25 cents, almost $1 million. But here's the kicker, it's hiding in plain sight, and chances are, you or someone you know might actually own one. Stay with me, because over the next 10 minutes, I'll show you why this rare quarter is making headlines, how you can tell if yours is worth a fortune, and what you must do now before it's too late. This isn't just about coins, it's about changing your life with what's already in your hands. Let's rewind to 1965. America was changing. Civil rights were front and center. Vietnam was intensifying. But quietly, in the US Mint, another revolution was brewing. Silver was getting expensive. And the mint made a decision, no more silver in quarters starting that year. But something went wrong. A few silver planchets, blanks meant for the 1964 quarters, slipped through the cracks and got minted in 1965. And thus, a silver quarter dated 1965 was born, a mistake worth almost $1 million. Wait, so how do I know if I have one? Hold tight, we're getting there. Have you ever looked at a quarter and thought, you could buy me a yacht? No? Just me? Most 1965 quarters are clad, not silver. Worth about 25 cents, but the silver era coins, extremely rare, and collectors are battling for them like it's a gladiator match at Sotheby's. What makes this quarter worth nearly $1 million? Narrator, let's talk facts. One of these 1965 silver quarters sold at auction for $975,000, nearly $1 million. 90% silver. The rest? Just enough copper to hold it together. 6.25 grams. Regular quarters weigh less, 5.67 grams. Yes, every gram counts, like all 1965 quarters, but silver ones shouldn't exist at all. Drop it. That ring? Like a church bell. Regular ones sound dull. Now here's a cliffhanger, there are only a handful authenticated, but experts believe more are out there, possibly, in your change jar. Or that dusty box in your late grandfather's drawer. Isn't it wild how grandpa's sock drawer has more hidden treasure than most bank accounts these days? Collectors are offering top dollar, right now. As silver prices soar and coin interest spikes, the market is red hot. Every day you wait, someone else might find theirs first. So, how do you know if your quarter is the one? If it's 6.25 grams, you may have a silver 1.no orange ring. That's promising. Bell-like tone. That's another green flag. Use PCGS or NGC, two trusted grading services. That's when the fun begins. Sell it at auction and retire early. Flip it to a private collector or frame it as a trophy that paid for your lake house. And here's something most people don't know. There might be a double-die version of the 1965 silver quarter out there, never seen before. That could break all records. This isn't just about a coin. It's about possibility, about what happens when overlooked things become life-changing assets. So here's the real question. Are you going to check your quarters tonight? Or let nearly $1 million sit in the dark? Because sometimes, the smallest things carry the greatest value. If you found this valuable, pun intended, smash that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell for more hidden coin treasures that could fund your dream life.